Hey everyone, Ryan here. We're MandRproductions, and we're joined by
Sean, TR Legos fan.
Yes, this is my first ever YouTube friend from 2009, so it's been a long time. How do we used to communicate?
By making YouTube videos, private ones, just for each other.
Because his parents wouldn't let him have Skype. It was that or YouTube PMs, and that was it. There was no Instagram DMs, no Twitter nothing.
Hey Legos fan, it's Ryan. Sorry for the video. The Clone Army had to get torn down.
Hey Legos fan, private video. And for the next 5.5 minutes, you'll be staring at this wall.
I'm still deciphering whether to buy the Millennium Falcon or the other one, new one of these first. The AdSense money I'm getting. The most money I've ever had was probably like $300 in my possession, and that's when I bought the dropship with ATOT, but my grandma actually paid for most of it. She paid, what, 150 of it? I only paid 100, and I had like all the money to buy it. This piece here, it's a Mega Block. It's gotta go. See, if I had enough money, I'd do buy one, get one half off. I'd buy 2 dropship with ATOT.
It was just YouTube PMs and then private videos back and forth that were god-awful. And that's a whole nother rabbit hole.
And then when we met at Brick Fair, I was finally allowed to make a Skype.
Yes. He's not a catfish. So, this might be a little bit weird. It's different. It's episode 176. It's the first time I've ever done this with someone else. But we have a whole slew of questions that you guys have generously provided us with. So, Sean, do you want to read...
I'm excited to dig in.
Do you want to read this first one? It's actually a donation we got from Zach the Lego Maniac on the other night's live stream, and I told him I would use this as a question. Go ahead.
Sean, what are your thoughts on Ryan calling the Daily Bugle the Daily Bulge? Well, this is the first I'm hearing of this. I don't think I've ever heard him refer to it like that. But,
last week, I was talking about the Daily Bugle, and I thought it was Bulge, so I'm like, the Daily Bulge, Daily Bulge, and then I go to the comments after, and like, did anyone else hear Ryan calling it the Daily Bulge instead of the Daily Bugle? And I'm like, oh, like the scene from The Office.
No, 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 no.
Oh, and then he has to.
The realization
Yes,
sets in.
the realization
like, oh,
was
God.
not good. So, what are your thoughts? What are your first initial reactions?
I think it's great. I think
it's
they should
great.
change
Shut
the
up.
official name of the set.
All right, next question from Charlie. He says, could the UCS Gunship be the breaking of the dam for prequel UCS sets? What do you think?
I sure hope so, man. There's only been like 2, and one of them wasn't even big. It was just a tiny little Naboo Starfighters right there.
Does the Naboo Starfighter even count? I mean, it counts, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, there's General Grievous. I think General Grievous gets forgotten. He's still a little different too, but he does get forgotten. He counts. But I mean, the last time there was a prequel UCS set, Obama was president.
Right.
So like, it was 2010, and it was a different time. It was there. I hadn't even been to my first LEGO convention in 2010. Like,
that's wild.
It's that long ago.
We need more, though. I will say that.
So like, yeah, the way I looked at it was like when the voting came out, like the Gunship was the obvious choice for me anyway. Mm-hmm. But it was also like, hey, if this does well, then we can get other things. So
right.
While I still like. I feel like a lot of people are very finite in like the way they look at Lego Star Wars, where like if this exists, none of this other stuff can. Like it can all exist and it's great.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like I'm really excited for this.
That.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this because I think it's the beginning of something good for Lego Star Wars. Hopefully, although the figures are gonna suck, which sucks because they literally asked us and then told us they're just a bonus. So like I don't.
Fools.
Yeah, I don't know. Watch out, you're gonna kick down a land.
Oh, yeah, oops.
Do you represent a lug? Because your lug could get in trouble for that.
No.
Mr. Applesauce says, question for anyone.
I'm anyone.
Yeah,
that's me.
What are your thoughts on the Stranger Things Twitter photo from a few weeks ago? Is this a new Lego set or is Lego teasing us? So you haven't watched Stranger Things, have you? Regardless, I don't think it's a new set. I mean, I think when the new season does come out in like a year, there will be a new set to go with it. But if there was a new set coming out, there would actually be rumors about it, and there aren't. So yeah, I just think they're teasing like that Stranger Things is happening, and that's kind of it. So yeah, it's just kind of a bunch of nothing.
They're yanking your chain.
They are yanking your chain. Amarali says, will spring-loaded shooters lose their elasticity if the piece is left inside for too long? Let's find out.
I have no idea. I never fire my spring-loaded shooters.
So, can you see this?
Yep.
Mine can, can they...
They can see the second one, yeah.
They can see this?
Yeah.
So these have been in here since 2016 at the latest. So if it shoots, yeah, it's still halfway across.
Works great.
Yeah, like it looks like, I mean, it could lose some of it, and who knows, maybe 5 more years from now it'll be a dead thing. But like It doesn't seem like it seems to lose a whole ton, if any, at all.
It seems like they last a good while.
Yeah, it seemed fine. Andrew says, what are some of your summer plans that you were looking forward to?
I'm hoping that I get a job. And I get to move out on my own and go into an apartment. That's my plan for the summer.
That is nice. Yeah, I do like that plan. I want to move out too, but I'm it's much more complicated, unfortunately. And then realistically, like as far as like actual fun stuff, Brick Fair is like probably at the top of the list.
I still gotta sign up for that, dude.
Yeah, you do need to sign up. I'm also really excited to go to Georgia because I can go to Atlanta Brick Co. again, Legoland Discovery Center. Like, there's just a lot to do up there. So,
good stuff.
Should be a great summer. Oh, and all the summer Saturdays, including Summer Saturday. Oh, that was no, I'm advertising something that happened already. I forget the order of operations.
It happened last week.
Yeah, you missed it. Jeremy Phillips says, pre-order Lego, you can't go wrong. You know what you're getting. Knights of Ren shuttle buyers. Oh, really?
There was no pre-order for that.
There was no pre-order for that.
No, there wasn't. Nice try, guy.
Also, that was different. Like, that was for a new movie coming out, and you hadn't seen the ship yet. So I guess that's a fair flaw in my logic there of pre-ordering Lego sets. I don't know if you watched, but I had a whole spiel about, someone's like, should you pre-order a Lego set? I'm like, well, when you pre-order a video game, right? I'm sure you know because you pre-order Halo and stuff. Like, you don't really know what you're getting. Like, you're pre-ordering based on like
pretty
the
good
trust.
idea of what you're gonna get.
But like a lot of people, like with Cyberpunk, like the game was just, like people pre-ordered the game, that was just awful, like just terrible experience. So with a Lego set, the way I look at it is like you see a picture of a Lego set, you know what you're getting. It's not like Lego's putting out preliminary images for you to pre-order off of, which is basically what it would be like for a video game.
Releasing a description of the set with no pictures.
Exactly. Like I pre-ordered Lego Star Wars like 2 years ago, or whatever.
Right.
And, like it's like I hardly know what's in the game. To be fair, regardless, I thought it was a good idea to pre-order a Lego set. However, I have found a new flaw in my logic as well. Literally the day after, Lego put the Thanos Gauntlet for pre-order for us Americans. How fortunate. And this is a whole different spiel to get into.
This is a big thing.
Could have his own commentary, really. But it was August 1st for American buyers, so they're being so gracious allowing you to pre-order the set. However, it comes out June 1st everywhere else in the world, like Europe and stuff. And so it's like, well, how nice of you to let us pre-order this and have to wait 2 months when everyone else can have it on June 1st. So
it's a bummer, dude.
It's really stupid. It's really backwards. It's unfair. And now, before you comment, before you Europeans are like, oh, but Americans get all the exclusives. Well, one, we don't get all the exclusives. That's just completely false. You can't say that.
We get some.
You can say we get better exclusives. Sure, that's a fair, possibly even true statement. But to say we get them all is just completely wrong and doing yourself a disservice as you try to argue this. However, I really think we're all on the same page. I really don't understand why.
It's not like mutually exclusive. It's not like, okay, we get one thing, another country gets something else. Why can't both countries have both things?
Yeah, we're on the same page. We want to have release dates the same. If we got the sets June 1st and you didn't get them until August 1st, you'd be losing your mind.
Exactly.
Now, you'll see people in the comments be like, but if you didn't get the exclusive, of course I'd be upset if I didn't get the exclusive sets. And you should be too. You should be complaining to Lego, not to me that I'm upset about release dates, but get exclusives. You're doing it completely wrong. You're not helping yourself. So the other thing with like Americans getting all the exclusive sets, here's the kicker, right? Last year was a very different year, and Lego released things that wouldn't have been readily available anyway. And there's this whole thing that the Europeans are upset at Americans and like, this is revenge. But Europeans have been getting sets early for a long time like this. It's just palpably unfair every time.
That's true. It's been going on for a lot of years, dude.
I remember the Star Wars sets in summer 2013 was June 1st, Europe, August, because a grand.
I bought my gunship from Europe because I wanted it early.
Yeah. So, like, this is nothing new. And now you'll say, oh, the exclusives have been exclusive to America forever. Well, you say that, but it's not like we can just get... Like, last year, like I said, was an anomaly, right? And you have to look at that as an anomaly.
Right.
We're no longer in anomaly territory. So last year, even I saw someone comment on Reddit or something. It was like, yeah, Americans get all the exclusives. I live in America, and I still couldn't get the Nebulon V frigate. Like,
it sold out in like a day.
Just because it's available here doesn't mean it's easy and readily available to get. It's not like something you could walk into Target and Walmart to get on the shelf. It just isn't that way. And then you also have the idea that, oh, what about all the other convention exclusives? Well, you also have to go to the convention.
Right.
So, for example, 2017, I went to Star Wars Celebration. There was a Star Wars Celebration exclusive. So this is the equivalent of Bespin last year, really.
Right.
And so like Bespin was gettable if you lived in America, you just buy it online, but it was still difficult to get online. Like, it was sold out quickly. If you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't get it. But like for the rest of eternity and every other time, you actually have to go to the convention, which is pretty much an equal cost, bar like a few $100 extra of a flight if you live in Europe versus America.
It's ridiculous.
And then on top of that, just going to the convention doesn't guarantee you anything. I went to Star Wars Celebration 2017 and didn't get the Lego exclusive set there. So I hope you understand that just because it's available in America at a convention that you have to go to and then hope you win a lottery to even be able to purchase the set doesn't mean that it's readily available for everyone. Yeah. So these release dates that are 2 months off are just completely bogus, and LEGO really needs to know that because that's just unfair to the American consumers. And it's a bigger slap in the face, really, when you're offering a pre-order on a set like that that's 2 months out, but is available 2 months early elsewhere. It's just completely stupid. So
it's weird. Tano Bricks says, ask Sean. I don't know who Sean is.
You
Someone
spell his name right.
Shaun. It's Sean. Thank you.
Idiots.
And M&R. When did you guys first come in contact, and how did it happen? Well, like we touched upon earlier, it was YouTube, and back in 2009, the community used to be a lot smaller back then, and not just smaller to where like smaller channels, but it was more close knit. You know, it was easier to make friends on YouTube because they also had, like Ryan said, YouTube PMs and channel comments, and so you could just like go to someone's channel.
Oh, comments on the channel.
Yeah, right. Like you could have conversations on someone's channel.
I remember going on Fred's channel and writing like sub for sub a bunch. I got like 20 subs on my old channel.
You're like, nice, yeah.
Dude, so bad.
So much nostalgia for those.
That's what you do when you're 13, though, I guess.
But yeah, I guess we just found each other's YouTube channels and just leaving comments and
I have no idea like what the actual genesis of it was. I just know I've known you forever.
Right.
So, that's that.
We met the first time at Brick Fair 2011 when I was a contributor or displayer or whatever, and Ryan was a public day guy, and we met for like 10 minutes.
It was longer than that. It was like an hour or two.
Okay,
I just remember walking around the mocks like looking for your mock. I'm like, you Legos fan? Yep. That's my
Legos. Yeah, because I never showed my face in videos. So
I
didn't
no
even
idea
know what I looked like.
Yeah. Mark says, what are your thoughts on CloneArmyCustoms, and will you ever buy/collect the figs? Sean, what are your thoughts? I know you
CloneArmyCustoms has been around for a long time. And like I remember that was like one of my first gateways into the LEGO community, because I would just look up like pictures of customs and mocks and stuff like that, and I found the website. I'm like, these are awesome. I want all of them.
By the way, their website hasn't changed.
$30.
It is exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's their website.
It kind of is. Yeah. Their products have gotten a lot better though.
Yeah, definitely. So you had one. I remember you had a video.
I had
you
one,
just sold it. So
I did just sell it.
2009
ridiculous
CAC figure.
Yes.
What was a?
It was an airborne trooper, 7th Sky Corps, I think. It was green.
Yeah, I remember it being green. I'll clip in some of the video here.
Yeah, great quality.
How much did you sell it for?
I sold it for $120.
Damn, so you made out pretty well on that.
I didn't even know it was worth anything. I just got a DM
money.
one day, and I'm like, sure.
Yeah, right. I saw this video from 2009, still kicking around. Still
right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a good sale. So yeah, I mean,
they're great though.
Yeah, they're great companies, awesome. Quality products. Will I ever buy or collect the figs? I mean, I bought a couple like over time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever like collect them like some people. I do a lot of things, can't do it all. But I have wanted to get Commander Bakar and more Galactic Marines from them, so like that's on my list whenever they're back in stock, because last time I looked they were out of stock. So
it's kind of like if you're at a convention, you see a cool figure, you're like, maybe I'll pick it up, but I've never like sought them out to try to get a bunch of them or anything.
Hudson Dog says, do you prefer Blackheads under clones/standard helmet troopers? I think it looks cooler. They just have a black head, so it looks dark underneath the helmets. Also, do you think LEGO will ever change to Blackheads for common troopers? So to answer the second part of the question, they're not changing to Blackheads.
No, it's not going to go back.
They're always keeping the regular face, because that just makes sense. And when you think about a kid taking a helmet off a clone trooper, you want a face, not a black face.
The Blackheads really were only necessary when the helmets had like the holes for the eyes or the visor or whatever. Instead of printing it on, it would just show through to the head.
I still don't understand why they did that, because the original Stormtroopers were printed.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's so weird.
Maybe
now
they
that
were
I think
like
about it more.
just trying to try something cool, innovative.
Yeah.
They quickly phased that out.
The more I think about that, the weirder it is, because the original Stormtroopers that came out
for like 8 years.
1999, it was all the same. I do think it is cooler to have the black hat underneath when it's like a mock, like that makes sense. But as far as like a playset for kids, the
helmet
head
makes
with
sense.
the face makes a lot more sense.
There was the instances in like 2012 where they'd print a face on the black head, so you could have the best of both worlds.
They did do that for a little bit. Like
the printing quality, the color was a little too pale.
It was bad.
It looked more white.
I feel like CloneArmyCustoms did that first, right? I'm pretty sure.
Well, no, because Django Fett had it.
Right.
In the LEGO Slave One.
Oh, that's
and then
right.
CloneArmyCustoms based that off that.
Yeah, okay.
So, Mr. Soros asks, who were some of your favorite LEGO Star Wars stop-motion/brick filmers from the 2010s? That was such a fun time for clone bases and Clone Wars stop-motion films. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, right off the bat, just Spuggas doing pizza movies. Yeah.
I thought we were going to say pizza movies.
No,
Why did you say
sorry.
Spuggas do first? I didn't really watch
They were both
a lot of
great.
Spuggas do. I knew he was good, but I don't know, I never got into it the same way I did pizza movies.
That's
never was that. I also really like Darth Milo 77.
Yes, yeah, that was a good one.
Like Lost Clone, whatever, Crash Gunship series. Where
that was cool.
Yeah, I like that.
And then ABCD Toast.
I know that, but I don't know that, you know.
It was a very good stop motion. Oh, and Fliplet with Oriego Squad. That was a good series, too.
Yeah, so
really
yeah,
nostalgic.
there were a lot of really good stop motion brick filmers back in that era that aren't really around anymore. Don't produce content the same way. I know there's a lot nowadays, but like I don't care about stop motion anymore. I honestly just don't.
And I think, I don't know, like maybe it's more saturated. It's harder to find the good ones. I just don't see them like pop up as much. It was like back in the day, it would be like a couple really big ones, and those would take off, and that was pretty much it.
The Lego Brit says, do you prefer the smaller 2009 Lego community or having the massive community of Lego YouTubers we have today?
It's really different. They each have their own pros and cons, right? Right. Like back then, like I said earlier, it's like much easier to like make friends and build a community. A smaller one, but it feels like you're more close to the people, whereas now it's less about making friends through the platform and more about just discovering content or sharing your content.
I like it the way it is today. I mean, I yearn and have a lot of nostalgia for the olden days, but like I personally have a lot more fun nowadays than I did before. And I still had a lot of fun before, but I don't like it. May be part of it's tied to my channel growth. Maybe if I was still had 100 subscribers, like I would just be like, yeah, this sucks, and I quit. Right. Very likely. But
that's what happened to me. The Music Man reviewer asks me what gave me inspiration for the David Hall rap. P.S.
That freestyle is a bop, and I still listen to it.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed. I still get messages from people saying they love it. And the inspiration for that rap is just like years and years of memes that have built up, and essentially they started playing that like
it was like a
Wii
Shop
remix. Yeah. And I just started rapping. I wasn't thinking about it. It just happened.
Literal freestyle for 3 minutes straight in a car while you were
I was
driving.
Too. I just
Nonetheless.
happened. And Ryan happened to be recording, and then
it was really good.
History has been made.
Yeah. Yo, man, my name is David Hall. I like my clones and I got them all, man. Like 2, maybe 3,000. MGF, I'm better than he. He will one day. We're gonna drink some beer. We're gonna get wasted, play Xbox. Gonna be so sick, it'll knock your socks off. Guess what is next? I'm gonna build Scarif. It's gonna be the best. Better than Chris or anyone else. Because I'm David. Go to hell.
BrickMC says, what do you think about the new Lego monochrome minifigs set? So it's a can of worms, isn't it? So like from a perspective of someone that's been collecting Lego a long time and knowing what like a lot of you guys watching this probably aren't too aware of like that there is a subculture. I don't know.
Right?
I don't know if I call it subculture, but it's kind of a subculture.
It's kind of popular.
People that collect minifigs and literally just want like the torso,
monochrome
like
figures,
no printing on them at all. And this is a really good set for that. So it kind of serves the two purposes because Lego also wants to support the LGBTQ plus community, so they kind of get two birds with one stone in this sense. So I mean, I know there's a lot of people that are against it. There's probably a lot more people that are for it. I'm of the opinion in a lot of ways where like, does something affect me? Like, does it hurt me if a man likes another man?
Yeah, exactly.
No, it doesn't. So I don't care. Like, it just
people are
matter
different.
to me.
It happens.
It's a good set for them to support what they want to support, and it's a good set for people to also get monochrome figures that want monochrome figures, and I plan on buying it. Rodrigo Blankenship says, do you guys think the Bad Batch is Dave Filoni's way of giving us Delta Squad without actually giving us Delta?
I don't think
it's like the TikToks. Tell me you build Lego without telling me you build Lego.
Yeah.
Seems like some of the basic character traits of Bad Batch can be drawn back to the members of Delta Squad: Bosch/Hunter, the well-rounded leader; Fixer/Tech, the technology inclined; Scorch/Wrecker, the demolitions aficionado; Sev/Crosshair, the cold. Sev reminds me of Sev Rocks. Remember that guy? Or that was like his gaming name. He was Clone Park Productions.
Maybe.
You don't remember him?
No, I don't. So I think no, right off the bat. I think they're just similar kind of tropes that you see in like squads. or teams in sci-fi settings like this. I think it's just like, they're similar in what their roles are, but I don't think he was like, I want to make Delta Squad, but I'm not allowed to, so I have to make this
that's
instead.
The only, this is the place where I would get caught
like
up on that. I do see the similarities, like, character-wise, although I don't know Delta Squad very well. But, like, assuming what he's written there is true, and I believe it to be, like, the character similarities are very, very striking. I think, and I talked about this last week, that I heard on Reddit, and saying heard on Reddit is not very, like, trustworthy, I suppose, but, it's just an idea that's been floated out there, is that, the Delta Squad will show up, like, the Republic Commandos or whatever will show up in
the
Bad Batch.
Oh God, I hope so. That
as
would be awesome.
As like their enemies.
Yeah,
in a sense.
That would be cool. Well, I mean, they already got Crosshair, so I don't know. We'll see.
They would come in. And
we'll see.
I don't know. I don't know where it comes in. I hope they're still wearing the same outfits because that's kind of like the draw to me.
They were in the Clone Wars for like 30 seconds, and I'm
literally
like, why?
I remember when I was rewatching it last year. I rewatched it and I saw them in there. I never realized they were in there. I just always thought they were like the game and whatever. I don't think it is that way, Rod, but I still hope they show up in Bad Batch.
Yeah,
like I really. Fingers crossed, because otherwise I gotta buy the CloneArmyCustoms figures. For so long, I hold out hope that LEGO's gonna do things like that, and then they just never do, so I don't know what I'm waiting for. OstrichGuy says, why did LEGO give Target the Legoland exclusive sets to sell in stores? So, my hypothesis on this, or what I think the common sense answer to this really, is that Legoland was closed because of COVID for like a year, and attendance is pretty down, and so they weren't selling their sets, and they had massive stockpiles of them. Who wants to sell them?
Yeah,
Target
exactly.
will sell them. And so they sent them on off to Target. Now, I think this is good and bad, because I am of the opinion that having exclusive items is just a generally good thing. It's always great to have something that's a bit of a chase. And so to have something like a Legoland exclusive that makes it unique and fun and good, like if you go to Legoland, you get to have this thing that's fun. It's not fair to everyone else, no. But it is cool that if you are fortunate enough to be able to do this experience, that you are also able to purchase a thing to go along with it, to kind of remember the trip. Now you can just buy it at Target. But I think from a Lego perspective, or Merlin or Legoland, it's also advertising for Legoland. Like, it serves that purpose too,
true,
where like people walking through Target that wouldn't be thinking about Legoland otherwise, Legoland, I want to go there.
Yeah, there you go.
Although I find it a bit ridiculous that it says Legoland exclusive on the box still. Obviously the boxes were produced before they decided to do this.
Yeah.
But I still find it ridiculous that it says it on the box and then it's literally sitting in Target in Oklahoma. Like, no, come on now.
It's like you said, they just had to sell them somehow.
Jawa says, favorite Sean moment from Ryan and favorite Ryan moment from Sean. So I think I'm gonna take the David Hall rap here. I think that's just the go-to answer for me that I can remember. Although there are some prank calls, some very good prank calls. Sean is an excellent prank caller. But yeah, just very, very funny stuff. So that's a whole, like, as a category, prank calls, yes, but as like a singular moment, the David Hall.
Both of those
rap.
are like improv comedy, so
yeah, pretty much.
Kind of relates.
I know it's hard to pick a favorite moment because there's so many good ones.
One thing that's coming to mind, maybe just because of recency bias, but like when you kind of like attempted a hostile takeover of my friend's Minecraft server back in like 2012.
Oh yeah,
Ryan 2012. Yeah. And now like it's come full circle because those same friends are now playing on the Studs SMP.
Yeah.
So it's like.
It's so
great.
Yeah, so this was 2012.
Really funny.
I was like deep into my like griefing phase, and I still kind of Minecraft. And Sean had a friend named Pat, and Pat ran a Minecraft server, not like just like a friends and family type of server. And so I and some of my friends came on his server, and I started putting on signs like Ryan 2012, like inspired by what at the time, because if you're around Coney 2012, right? So I was like, this is funny, and I'm gonna do it.
And plus, it was like really interesting because it was the first time I had like merged my Lego friend group and my real life friend group. I'm like, let's see how this goes. Oh, all out war.
Yeah, I spent weeks griefing or attempting to grief that server. I would like dig tunnels to try and place TNT. But Pat, like as a moderator, would just like go invisible and watch me, so it didn't, it was. It's tough to play when you're the away team and they get cheats, kind of.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was fun. Dude, it was honestly a great time. Yeah. Despite the loss. J-Rod says, what made so many YouTubers want to quit in the early 2010s when there weren't really any major channels to compete with? So I think you're looking at this through a modern day lens when you can't. Like, nobody in the early 2010s was like, oh, if I just keep doing this, I can make $1 million. Right. Even like I haven't even come close to making $1 million, I guess. But like it wasn't like one day maybe.
Right. Yeah.
Like it was just like we're all in middle school.
Right.
And like
back then it was like a way to share your hobby,
Right.
and a lot of people just
It
grew
still is
out
for
of
a
that.
lot of people,
Yeah, it
to
is.
be fair.
But it was just people quitting wasn't like, I'm giving up. It was more like them growing out of the hobby or not really finding it as fun anymore.
Because a lot of people because this was before like adult set, like
Right,
in the
yeah.
early 2010s, Lego tried to make adult sets and they flopped for Lego
Which
Star
ones?
Wars, the mini scale.
Oh yeah,
That's
I
what
forgot about
those
that.
were. Oops,
That's
I hit the camera.
that's a good point. Yeah, they didn't do well.
Those were essentially adult 18 plus sets. They just weren't branded as such.
Right.
But they were pretty close. So yeah, those flopped. But like pretty much everyone in the space was like 6th to like 9th grade, and then
Yeah,
you know, as you're going into
about that.
middle high school, most people in that age group nowadays is very different. I think
Right, yeah,
culturally,
absolutely.
and like because of the internet and like videos like mine.
Dude,
like,
I
a lot
used
of
to be
people,
like terrified, like
Yeah,
that people would know I like
Right,
Lego,
right.
which is
Yeah.
like so dumb.
I still know
looking
a few
back.
people like that, but like most people are way over that.
Yeah, which is good.
Definitely good, because even if you're not, if you're into My Little Pony or whatever the hell, like who cares?
Yeah.
You like what you want to like.
Exactly.
It doesn't hurt anyone else. So yeah, that's my stand. Like I said earlier, of course there weren't any major channels to compete with. I mean, there were still people that were considered big at the time, I suppose, if you want to look at it that way, like pizza movies and Lego Boy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I don't know who else was big, but like
Hey, Michael MGF.
Michael MGF, yeah. I remember being starstruck when I saw Michael MGF.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear to God.
At Brick Fair, he
2011.
had his shirt. It said Michael MGF from YouTube. I'm like, no way.
Brick Fair 2011. I'm sitting in we're in line, and then here walks by Michael MGF, David Hall, and someone else, and I'm like,
like, no way.
I know
They're
those guys.
real. It's also crazy because like now like Ross and I are like
Yeah, that too.
incredibly
Yeah.
close
Yeah.
friends, and like if I told myself that in middle school, I'd be like, whoa.
call her right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Ross, hey. Yeah. No. Yeah. Great times. Golden Light Picture says, "What's the biggest difference between 2008 YouTube and 2021 YouTube?
Video
including
quality.
YouTubers?" Video quality is a big one. A lot of people don't understand how long it's taken to get where we are today. And I was telling Sean the other day, I still don't think the vast majority of content in Lego space, including a lot of my own, is just not that good. Like, and I say that with the most respect possible to everyone. But when you look at a lot of other spaces, there's just a lot of better content out there to watch, and it's still really nice that a lot of people choose to watch Lego content anyway.
Yeah.
But like, there is a lot more entertaining stuff out there, and it's probably not good for me to be saying this because it's in my best interest for as many people as possible to watch Lego content, I guess. But
Right.
that's the way I look at the space, and I look at it in a very realistic way a lot of the time, and so that's kind of where I see it. But then again, I think a lot of the Lego content is more personality driven from some aspect, and then a lot of it is also driven by like the hype and the around the product.
Definitely.
Video quality, while it's made a big leap, still got far to go, but also like just going from 360p to 4K
Right, yeah,
is pretty big.
literally.
Like if you go watch any of my 2008
It's terrible,
or
man.
2009, 10, 11 videos, like it's iPod 4 video quality.
Right.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's just not good. So I don't even know how I watched those back in the day.
I know, like it used to be fine because that's
Yeah.
all we knew, though.
Yeah, I do kind of envy that innocence of like quality, like because it was
Right.
they were so bad, like
They were really bad.
they were
Yeah.
everyone nowadays spoiled, man. I'll tell you. you kids don't know how good you have it. Community wise, so outside of like the quality, there's a lot more people. It's a lot more chaotic.
Right.
There's more drama.
Definitely more chaotic,
Although
yeah.
the idea that there wasn't drama before is outlandish.
Oh, there was definitely
there was the Great Flame War.
Yeah.
I like that term.
The Battle Pack video.
Yes, the battle pack. There's just a lot. There's always drama. That's human nature.
Coruscant.
You can't Coruscant. Yeah, there always has been and always will be just
Right.
crap, and that's just kind of the nature of life in general and human. Like you just
Yeah,
can't get rid
it's
of
a
it.
bummer,
You
but-
can sit there and say it's just Lego. Yeah, it's just Lego, but it's also just humans. So
Yeah, there you go.
kind of
That's a
have
good
to.
way to
You
say
kind
it.
of have to get over that.
I've got a question for you guys.
Oh no.
Should I don't know.
Give 10,000 likes and I'll smash the Slave 1. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching Ask Eminar 176 with Sean, aka TR, Legos fan. You can check him out linked below. Sean, do you have any final remarks?
I just want to say, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and Ryan, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
I
no
really
problem.
appreciate it.
Of course.
I think I'm gonna grab a little souvenir here to remember my time on this video. This will do. Yeah. Alright, yeah. So I'm gonna take this, bring it home with me. That way I'll always remember my time here and in the video. And
that's
yeah,
got my name on it.
thanks
though.
for having me.
Yeah, but it's
So, yeah,
got my
see you later.
My name on. You can't take.